She has a passion for music, food, and family, but not all those family members are humans, and all the food isn't made for them either. Trisha Yearwood fell in love with rescuing animals as a child. She joins me ahead of her pet food drive in Houston on Saturday. Good morning, Trisha.
Good morning. How are you, Deborah?
I am good. Okay, like most of us, you grew up with dogs, but kind of how they started coming to you has a story. They came to you with a story. Tell us about the first dog that you remember, Skeeter.
Well, Skeeter was the dog that my dad, who believed dogs belonged outside always, he was a bird hunter and he was hunting and he was in a field and this little dog came to him that was being chased by his bird dogs and just went right between his legs for protection. And he brought this dog to the house and we fell in love with her and she was a great dog. So dogs always came to us that way. It was a lot of, can I keep it, growing up. And so I guess I was a rescuer and didn't even know it. We always lived in the country and a lot of people, dump dogs. There are a lot of dogs that were not spayed and neutered. And so you have a lot of, homeless pets. So we kind of were that place. I think they realized, oh, drop them off at Trisha's house. She'll take them. And that just never stopped.
Yeah. And your dad would also go to get like a bird hunting dog. Oh, yeah, this is a good one right here. It's been bred particularly for that. And then the dog was, I guess that's where the phrase comes from, the dog don't hunt. And you'd say, we're going to keep it anyway.
Dog became Trisha's pet.
Yeah, right. Okay. Roseanne. Tell us about Roseanne.
I was living in an apartment in Nashville, and a friend of mine wanted to adopt this dog. That it was a rescue situation because the neighbor's German Shepherd kept getting out and visiting the female chow, so there were puppies. And so I went to just as a friend, and I ended up, of course, taking home an 8-week-old chow shepherd mix named Roseanne. And she was my first dog that I had in an apartment. So that was also, she lived to be 14. And that was also a challenge of like, when I got a yard that I could turn her out into a backyard, not on a leash, that was life-changing. So, that was in college and that was in Nashville.
And at the time, it was early on, but at the time you had jokingly said it was your longest lasting relationship.
It was. I finally surpassed that.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing about
finally.
pets,
I mean,
right?
she still has a special place in my heart, but she was my longest lasting relationship before God.
But that says a lot, and that's the thing about having pets in your life. They give us so much without judgment.
They do, and they need us. I'm sort of a softie for things who can't take care of themselves. And so I feel like animals need us, and they rely on us, and it's our duty. And we really don't deserve animals. They're the best, and they bring comfort and joy. And they're a responsibility. So it's all of those things. But if you can adopt from a shelter, there's just such a need and you're just helping.
Yeah, if I was a dog and I was looking for a place, I would show up at Trisha and Garth's house, kind of like Dottie did.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. They're like, these dogs stumble into paradise. It's true because we have some land, we hike. And so if you become a Trisha dog, you have a pretty good life. Garth says sometimes I treat the dogs better than him, but he's taken pretty well care of too. He's fed and watered. He's good.
Yeah. Your current animals are Emmy and Millie.
Yes. Yeah, and Emmy actually, I've found her on the side of the road in Oklahoma. She was little and she had probably been hit by a car and had healed, and so I realized she's not going to be a free dog. She's going to be an expensive free dog, and she was such a rock star that I kept her. And then Millie, when we moved back to Nashville, Dottie was our long-standing rescue, and she passed away at 14. And Emmy needed a friend, so I went to a shelter that was a high-kill shelter at the time. They've since really turned their shelter around and found Millie, and she became part of the family.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can say that we love pets, but you love them so much that you've really gone into providing all types of things for them, good quality dog food, also pet accessories. Instead of accessories, we call it pet accessories. So your dog food, tell us what sets that apart than a lot of other ones.
Well, our animals are our family. And so you think about what, we're all thinking about what we're putting into our own bodies, right? And so, it's just like for yourself, you pick up a can in the store. If you don't know what the ingredients are, you probably shouldn't eat it. Same for your dog, And so what we did was we took Trisha recipes that are basic and we took out things that dogs don't need. We put in things that dogs need. And I just feel good about what they're eating and they like it, which is also nice. I was like, if my dogs don't like it, we have to change the formula.
And we also feel good about buying it because there's a charitable component to what you do.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, the whole TY Pet line was really created as a means to be able to start this charity. This has been my passion forever, like you said. And so this is a way for me Dottie's Yard is a way to help shelter pets across America. And we've only been around for about a year, and we're in 30 something states already. We've been able to donate and give. And that's because, we do a lot of talk shop lives and like fundraisers things where people can donate, and they know their money goes 100% to these shelters.
Yeah.
And we vet everyone, no pun intended. And then what I learned about charity and shelter is that, it doesn't have to be $10,000. It can be $500. It can be $20. Like you can actually have help spay a pet with $20. So
Absolutely.
it's something we can all give to and something we can all be a part of.
Yeah. Okay. You are a part of something in Houston this weekend. You'll be at from noon to 2 at the Kroger on Buffalo Speedway. Tell us what you hope to accomplish there.
Well, what we're doing is it's a pet drive and a pet food and supply drive. So if you're going in to the Kroger and you're doing your grocery shopping, pick up an extra bag of dog food. Pick up an extra, and if you want it to be TY pet food, that's fine, but it doesn't have to be. Pick up a collar, pick up some supplies, and when you're leaving, just drop it off. They're gonna have a tent set up where you can drop off supplies. You can donate. If you want to get crazy, they'll tell you how you can foster, you can adopt. But if you can't do that, and I understand that's a commitment, just pick up an extra can of dog food and drop it off on your way out of Kroger. And it's just a really great way to help the local shelter. And Garth is doing the show. He's the one that's on this stadium tour. But I thought, I'm with him. I'm his wife, and I should find things to do in the community while I'm there. So we're really just trying to engage every community and really spotlight a lot of the great work that is being done in your community.
Yeah, because he has his stadium tour, and oftentimes we've seen you kind of pop up there on stage with him. Any chance you're doing that this time?
I might be. I always bring an outfit. You never know when you're going to be shiny quarter. So I might.
If you forget your outfit, call me up. I'll let you borrow one. I got a nice little rodeo one for you. Yeah, and I want to mention also that you all are donating 500 pounds of dog food, and again, Kroger will be matching that donation. Trisha, you and Garth have always been so kind to the Houston community. We appreciate it when you come here. You have us on your list. Thank you so much for coming back.
Well, thank you, and thanks for shining a spotlight on an important issue. Appreciate you.
Trisha Yearwood, Dottie's Yard, and Kroger are partnering up to host that pet food and supply drive this Saturday. The event takes place from noon to 2 p.m. at Kroger, Buffalo Speedway, as I mentioned, and it will benefit Harris County pets. For more information, visit greatdayhouston.com. And as she said, just go ahead and buy extra food or pet accessories or whatever and drop that off at the tent as you leave.